Hmm. Well, that's interesting. I have no sound. What? Oh, here we go. I was muted. Hello, everybody. This is Tom from Tabletop Tap Room. Today we're doing an unboxing video, and I'm doing it live. I would just actually do these things, record them, do some post production, make sure I had everything. Try to have the sound good, make sure that I was coherent, and edit the video a little bit so that we can shrink it down in time. And but there's a troll out there who wants to say anything connected to Wizard Tower Games is photoshopped or green screen. So I do not have a green screen on. Normally I do use it, but actually my little Japanese screen thing that I set up behind me and drape a green thing over fell over and broke, so I can't even use it, and we're kind of rearranging the room. So green screen is out for me, and I figured by doing this live, we can just X-nay on whatever that troll has to say concerning Photoshop, green screen, whatever. This guy's delusional, and we're at that point where just ignore him, let him rant in his corner. But I just figured for this one video, I would do it live. So here we are. And we have came in the mail today from Wizard Tower Games, the Lost Modules of Gary Khan, written by Tim Kask. Going to do the unboxing, but I thought that we might just revisit. I made this ad spot for Dawn a while back. Why don't we just run this for a little bit? What happens to an adventure run at conventions? Many times they are lost and fade from memory, but sometimes they are rediscovered. Presenting the Lost Adventures of Gary Khan 1 and 2 from the vaults of Tim Kask, brought to you by Wizard Tower Games. Inside, you will find the tower. All right, so a little ad spot we did and ran a while back, and well, we got some comments here. We should get these up. Woohoo! I love Photoshop in the box. You can be heard fine. Okay, so yeah, no, I had muted my, on the corner of the screen here, and Mark's genre mixer. I actually was just writing a religion article and talking about religion in different genres. So great name, genre mixer. Why won't that guy quit? Couldn't he order the module and see it's not fake? Great question, Mark. That guy won't quit because I think he's delusional, and he has gone in too deep in poking legal bears with sticks in courtrooms that he's got no other play other than to, speak of the devil. We ordered it, got the game inside as a horrible material for kids inside as the F word. And really, VGA PMI, that is not true. There's no way you got the game before I did. Delusional is an understatement. There's no way VGA PMI got the game before I did because I'm friends with Dawn. And and Dawn would know the address. Dawn actually knows the address for VGA PMI. And there's just no way he was going to send it. He was going to send it to me. I bought 2 copies. One's going to Alaska. My brother should have it this week. And one's coming to me. There's just no way VGA PMI. So he's lying and delusional. But glad you showed up, VGA PMI. It just wouldn't be fun without you here. So let's switch back to the full screen and not delay this any longer. And I prepped a knife. I have not opened the box. Promised that it would be live on screen. So it's interesting that VGA PMI has said that he ordered it and he got it because up until this moment, he was saying that it's green screened and photoshopped. So, wow, where to do this? Oh, very cool. Thank you, Dawn, for another Streel sticker. I appreciate that. Woo. We got a Mimic sticker out of Dawn. Very generous. Game Master. If I'm smiling, someone's dying. Button. Love that. I will be wearing that. Oh, I was forewarned. This was in here. It's not supposed to be in here, but it's Blades and Arcana Basic, the game that Eric, Dawn, and I are working to produce. Nice set of dice. Dice are always helpful. And here we go. Lost Adventures of Gary Con, the Tower of the Mad Wizard, and Return to the Frozen North, the modules that were created by Tim Kask. So we will just continue going through the box. We have, looks like almost a poster world map here. This is very cool. Several maps all folded together. So these must be related to the modules. So you've got some extra poster maps to use. A certificate of authenticity. VGA PMI, what number is on your certificate of authenticity if you ordered the game and got it? Please do tell, because I have a number 12. It's an authentic original that was limited to 300 copies worldwide, signed by Don Samora. Oh, hey, anybody who's looking to forge Don's name on a fake NDA, that might be, you might want to have this so you have a copy of his signature so you could, forge it. We're losing ground on comments here. There is no content like that. Yeah, because Tim Kask is a good editor, and he would not allow you to use the F word. Lies by a liar endorsing a porn book being sent to kids. Well, actually, at $95, I think, well, now it's $95. I actually got my copies for a little cheaper because I jumped on the wagon early. So at $95, I think it's more for adults than kids. How many kids are buying a $95 hardcover book? I don't know. Wizard Tower, hope you like it. VGA PMI, oh, come on, Don lied. No, he doesn't. You said he lied that this was green screened, and yet here it is. You said it was green screened and photoshopped, and yet here it is in my hands. I'm unboxing it. So who's the liar? VGA, I can't even say the name. Vagina Man, VG, Vagina Man, there you go. So Wizard Tower, hello, nice. Mark, Genre Mixer, get a life, VG. You look, if you look at the corner, I believe it's a parent for 13. All right. Another game that doesn't exist, right, VG? VG APMI. Sorry, I have to go. Lots of money to make today. Let this circus of scammers. Yours is number one. There, yeah, pretty sure Don could say that is not true, that VGA PMI did not get number one. Yeah. Cal, welcome to the show. You're still waiting for yours. Like I said, I kind of felt like I was in the mix to get mine before a lot of other people. So there's no way VGA PMI has his. And the fact that he's claiming he has certificate number one, I'm sure somebody's going to go, wait a minute, I've got certificate number one out of 300. If the game is fake, how can you have a copy of the game? Yeah, for a game that you alleged was fake and photoshopped and green screened, and now suddenly you're saying, oh no, I ordered one and I got number one. You are delusional. You are absolutely delusional. Wow, but so long, VG APMI, the man who has more money in his wallet than everybody else, who's actually selling his comic book collection, allegedly, through a third party so that his wife doesn't know because there's a divorce. That's actually called dissipation. Legal term. Ask your lawyer what it means, because I'm sure it doesn't exist in the lower Lenassian lexicon. So, Cal, yours should hit the mailbox by Friday. And it's a long way from Minnesota to California. Yeah, and we are talking postal system, but they do pretty good here in Maine. And so thank you for endorsing the game as being real. Yes, VG Vagina Man, thank you for endorsing the game as being real by dropping your money, putting your money where your mouth was and buying a copy. No, I'm just slandering Copperhead, Dean Copperhead. Or are you VGAPMI recognizing that I'm slandering somebody else? Are you outing yourself as being somebody in particular, somebody who's actually selling a collection of comic books through a third party, somebody who's a comic artist, maybe, has a cadre alt that they're using? No one is... I can't even read that word, but dissipation is where you take assets and you dispose of them quietly so that the spouse can't share in that because you're going through a divorce. And if you don't disclose that you made that money, it's contempt of court, by the way. I've looked these things up actually just this morning. Great. I'm glad attorneys will be called. Absolutely glad that attorneys will be called. And Tom Bachtown, let's have fun. Sure. Let's just get his last comment there. Well, Tenkarp is not in the... Well, we've just put VGAPMI out. It was nice for him to show up. His comments have been deleted from the live chat, but I've put them on the screen, and we're going to do so. What I understand is that you get both the original copy of the Lost Adventures, like photo scans, and I believe that might be this, because it's got like older looking art on the cover. Oh, wait a minute. There's some classic Wizard Tower art. So the modules in this book were first played. All right, I believe this is the scan. So you get it the way it was originally done by Tim Kask. And I see some notes, little scribbled signatures there. So these are very likely scans of his original material. Scans of a map with handwritten notes. That would be by Tim Kask. So you get the very original production of these modules. And again, the notes written in the margin, scanned in and preserved. Tim's original, notes in the margins. So that it's just it makes it a very cool document. But you then have a hardcover book, and I do believe you are getting, signed by Tim Kask. That's right, I forgot. This is a live ink signature by Tim Kask. And, wow, we're talking some stiff paper there in that front page. So introduction and important things to know, how to play the known world. Now, a whole setting was included with this that was developed by, my understanding is that it developed by Don at Wizard Tower Games and Tim Kask. That it's been included. You're going to see this setting in more and more products by Wizard Tower Games. Again, you don't have to use it, but it is a whole keyed setting where these modules have been fit in to them. So that was not originally part of the Lost modules, but you get that as a bonus. So you've got the known world, you got player characters. These were the pre-gens, a bunch of pre-gens here: Freya, Cord, Belagoria, Ankar, Kelnor, Malfit, Doom, Selene, Red Rock, Sir Thomas, Glab the Great, and Slint. Sounds like a thief to me. Slint. Tower of the Mad Wizard and Return from the Frozen North. Monsters done by Tim Kask. Okay, Tim Kask, the original creator of the Boulette or the Boulette, however you like to pronounce it. So these are all monsters done to the Tim Kask philosophy of they can be really bad, but they do have a weakness that if you understand the weakness as a player, you might be able to take advantage of it. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this section of the book. That's page 107 through 24. So, good, 13, 15 pages of Tim Kask designed monsters. Looking forward to that. Magic items, added ambiance for the game. Adding ambiance as just it's got an entry here. We got calendars, days, months, wall textures, chess states, chess sizes and capacities, light sources, door types, room contents. So man, that's like value added. And also what is in here is the adventures for 5e and for first edition AD&D. Which you might as well say that means you've got it not just for first edition AD&D, you've got it for second edition AD&D. Very easily modifiable to BX if you're using, something like Swords and Wizardry or BX or, Blades and Arcana. So it's absolutely, super usable document that you're going to be able to use for multiple things. Now let's just take a look at these maps. Some beautiful full color maps. I kind of want to flip these back to back and laminate them together. Wow. Dawn, these would be great as a massive poster map. Honestly. I would love them as a really big poster map. I don't know if you're interested in doing that for the setting. It's something you could purchase on the side. So if I start using the setting and really love it, I would want a massive poster map that I could throw up on the wall, particularly when we're doing it at the kitchen table. So again, value added with this product, but that's kind of how Don rolls. That's how he rolled with the was it Forest Ruins module. I'm rearranging this whole bookshelf, so I cannot lay my hands on the Forest Ruins module to show you some more. Oops, gone. Yes, he's gone, Fred. Don, you're welcome. Yes, they are scans. So yeah, this whole booklet here. Spiral bound booklet with scans of the original. You get the original scans, and then you get the cleaned up keyed for AD&D and 5e in this product. Just as his modules show, all the marks, smears, all of it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to as an amateur historian, I like looking at original documents. One of the kids I knew at college, he was doing a lot of work for his neighbor, shoveling their, they were older, and so just being a nice guy, he'd go over and shovel their sidewalk and the sidewalk along the street in front of their house. And, they'd be like, hey, could you come and move stuff? And so he'd go over and do that. Well, all this, and he's just doing it to be a nice kid, because that's who he was. His name was Ethan. And one day they were like, come here. I got something for you to get out of the closet. So he thought it was just more lifting. And they were like, I want you to take this. And what it was this wooden box. And it had belonged to a captain in the Union Army during the Civil War. And it had like Valentine's, his wife had sent him. It had the company books for his regiment. It had his copy of Hardy's Tactics. Original copy of that book that this guy carried during the Civil War. Just so much material in there. His letters he had mailed home to his wife. And I was like, oh man, just going through it with Ethan. It's all these original documents. It was absolutely fabulous. So I love when you can get original documents. And this is not the original, but it's scans of. And so it's something I can pour over and look at and go, oh, isn't that interesting right there? Oh, it looks like Tim kind of upgraded that monster or downgraded that, so I love that sort of thing. To me, I geek out over it. Yes, the book plates has it in there. And there are 2 kingdoms in there from the open world setting. So that is the open world setting. I'm hoping Don does a really big Cheetos dust. I don't know what that reference is, but yeah, maybe. So we have some history of the setting in there. That's cool. And Matthew Sherman, so excited to get my copy. Been hyping it up to the players for a long time. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to going through this setting and going through these modules. Tim Kask is only going to be around with us for so much longer. We're losing more and more of the original crew. And, just love being able to get a copy like this of piece of history, and have it. So, yeah. I might get rid of some of my RPG materials, but I will be hanging on to this a good long time, probably never getting rid of it, just because of the relationship between me and Don. And we're making a 4-foot wide map for scale for our world setting. I will be a buyer, Don. I will be a buyer. There will be a setting release soon, and lots coming from us and Tim. We met with Tim and have planned right now 3 more projects and are working to preserve his legacy. So this sounds like you're planning projects, Don. Does that mean you're planning new modules, or does that mean that he's just got old stuff sitting out in boxes in the garage that you're planning to preserve and give it the lost modules of Gary Kahn treatment? That's I'm interested in what the answer to that question is. Honestly, there's only going to be 300 of these, and that, I believe, I could be wrong on this, but I believe that is in part due to the whole Gary Kahn name, that you had to get permission to use it type of thing. So it is what it is. 300 copies. Jump on board today. There will be new modules, and we will be publishing some existing modules. That is so awesome. So new modules from Tim Kask coming down the pipeline. And I know that Don drives up to see Tim, it seems to me, like once a month. And, let me get this. I'm having to look around my microphone. There will be 300 copies made for the hardcover and signed with all the goodies. So of these new modules, there's going to be 300 copies again of the new modules. That'll be it. And then done. So I know that Don drives up at least once a month to meet with Tim, and they talk. And Don's been going through just boxes of stuff that Tim has and going, we should preserve this. We should clean this up and present it in AD&D first edition and 5e, because the bigger market is 5e. So there will be soft cover editions made, but there will be no signature or added materials. Oh, okay. That makes sense as well. Sorry, guys, getting an itch in the back of the throat there. Somebody must be in North or South Carolina putting a needle in a voodoo doll of me. But yeah, right in the neck. Anybody with my voodoo doll out there, I wouldn't mind if you put a little money in the pocket on the voodoo doll. That might be a nice thing. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, this hardcover. How many pages was this, Don? Let me just pull this out real quick. 138, 140. Looks like 140 printed pages in the book, and just
really gorgeously done hardcover and lots of extras. And again, some free dice and stickers. And this was personal to me. We did a Streel Corporation logo sticker for my Patreon, for my Star Frontiers Patreon, and sent these out to the Patreon supporters. And I have a few extra stickers, but this was just a nice little touch for Don, throwing an extra one in here. And I definitely love the patch, the pin, and the Mimic sticker. You know what's going to happen? The good wife is going to steal this from me, and it's like slapping on her laptop. I suspect. So I already know I'm going to lose the Mimic sticker from Dawn, unfortunately. But it's the good wife. Hard to tell her no. 152 total with 148 numbered pages. Yeah, great product. But again, it's not. Dawn very much subscribes to the. But wait, let's do more. But wait, there's more. You get the original scans of the original that weren't, and honestly, because original scans of the original document, not so publishable. They really need to be cleaned up and edited and all that. But having it as an extra little document, that's nice. Certificate of authenticity, the large printed maps. Love those. Great for the setting. I will be laminating those just because that's how I roll with maps. All my old Star Frontiers maps are all laminated, so I can just grab it and use it, and they're not being damaged anymore because they're over 40 years old. So I've just gotten in the habit. And in fact, I just got the Star Rovers game, but I also got an extra map of Moondog Mods. It's their ripoff of the Creature Cantina from Star Wars. My extra one's getting laminated and preserved. So I absolutely love having laminated maps. And I love that Dawn's doing a 4-foot poster map. That is just so cool. So again, show notes, there's a link to Wizard Tower Games. You very much want to consider jumping on this. I know that $95 is a little pricey. That's kind of the breaks when you don't jump on it early. When the price was low for the Kickstarter, I jumped on it early. But honestly, you say, well, geez, that's a little pricey. Money is being donated to cancer survivor, and money is also being donated, I believe, to a 9/11 charity, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a great cause. You get a great document from Tim Kask. I'm so excited to have this myself personally, and I know a bunch of you said you can't wait to get yours in the mail. And Dawn said for one person specifically, should be there by Friday. So it's happening now. And, thankfully, VGA PMI came by and made the claim that I don't really believe that he bought it. So up until this point, it's been green screen and Photoshop, but suddenly he's now saying he bought it and had the F word in there. And, that's kind of an acknowledgement of him being a little bit sore over the fact that a number of us bought the Pesky Goblins game module, Pesky Goblins and Pesky Orcs, and then criticized it for vulgarity and obscene things that were in those rules. Those videos have been done by various people critiquing those modules and critiquing it for, infanticide and rape and cannibalism and just a bunch of horrible things, prostitution. So the fact that he came and did that just shows us that whoever VGA PMI 1895 is he's a little sore about us critiquing the Those Pesky Goblins and Those Pesky Orcs modules written by Justin Lanassa. So something is rubbed him the wrong way on that, and just this saying, "Oh, I got it. It was a bunch of pornography and the F4 in there." That's just him just trying to do a little punch back. He's a little sore about that. So, again, officially, I don't really know who VGA PMI is. We have suspicions, but clearly he's a little sore over the critique of those pesky goblins and those pesky orcs. So thanks, VGA PMI, for that little insight to who you might be. And let's leave on a good note. Don, thanks for producing a great thing. Thanks for preserving a piece of history and donating profits to charity. We appreciate that. Anytime somebody's donating profits to charity just to help other people out who are less fortunate than themselves, that's a good thing. It's hard to imagine a VGA PMI type troll or Dean Copperhead type troll ever donating to charity, helping somebody out. So, hey, Matt Sherman. No, it's my pleasure. It was my pleasure to do this to help Dawn out, just to say, hey, no green screen, no Photoshop. This is real. But we're kind of at that point where this is the most attention I'm going to give to a certain person in North Carolina. He's delusional, and it's not worth covering him anymore. So, but Don needed a nice shout out. He has taken a lot of flack lately. He's had a lot of harassment. Frankly, I do not understand why the lawyers at WotC have not gotten on top of that harassment that has been going on. That is just beyond the pale, quite honestly. So yeah, Don, you're welcome. So I've said I don't want to cover the troll anymore, but the virtue of the beast today was I kind of had to cover the troll, and he showed up. He was gracious enough to show up. I've put out standing invitations. Come on as yourself. You can come on my show as yourself. We'll discuss anything. He has failed to take me up on that. It's a very real offer, but I guess he's scared. But again, that's why he hides behind alts, because he's got no balls and he's a scared little boy. So this is Tom for Tabletop Tap Room signing out. Thanks everybody for coming by the live stream, checking it out. Appreciate it. Dawn, thanks for number 12 in the lineup, and with a certificate of authenticity. I appreciate that. I will treasure this as I treasure a lot of things that are connected to the old guard, because we're losing them left and right. And now's the time to preserve what we can and jump on board. And signed copy, Tim Cass signed. So grateful for that. This is Tom signing out. Keep on gaming. Y'all have a good afternoon and enjoy your lunch.